impress upon you your studies, your nobility, your character is to make better of you, and there's nothing for me. And the son says, no, you want it, but I'm telling you it's for you. And there's conflict of interest. And till he doesn't cross that hurdle, the antagonism continues. And the day the boy realizes and reality dawns and maturity sets in that I'm doing it for my own interest, now he's motivated by his own agenda. ما يفعل الله بعذابكم إن شكرتم وآمنتم. My Allah says, my sovereignty is at its greatest. Punishing you can't make me greater. Punishing you can't make me greater. But if you choose to be stubborn, and if you choose to be obstinate, then even the Prophet said, فَكَيْفَ آسَى عَلَىٰ قَوْمٍ كَافِرِينَ. How do I lament the fate of a nation who chooses to deny? You tell him, listen, he says no. You tell him, listen, no. Then there's consequences. Now you want me to cry. How do I cry when he chose to disobey? You tell the boy, don't run, you're going to get hurt. No, I'm okay. My baby, you're going to get, no, I'm okay. Then when he gets hurt, what is it? Good. You learned. That's what you're going to say. So he said, I am crying, not because I'm going to be burnt, but I'm crying that I'm feeling so close to my Allah. And I honestly wish I had multiple lives. I could lay them down one after the other. But I feel sad that I don't have more. And I can relate with this. Sometimes for your partner, you're having a good moment and you're flying overseas and she says, buy me this. And you say, that's fine. And then, how much is it? It's $1,000. Oh, leave it. My darling, my beloved, wallahi, even if it's 1,000 pounds, without twitching my eye, without frowning for you, I will do it. And trust me, if it was 10,000 pounds, if I had it, I would put it down. It's not the money, it's just to make you happy. We have these moments in our relation. The pious had it with their Allah. My Allah, I only have one life. Had this man asked more, and you favored me with multiple, I wouldn't have winked my eye, I would have laid them one after the other. I would have laid them. We haven't been introduced to this. Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu, Abdul Salam ibn Shaddad says, I heard from Ghazwan ibn Jarir, who says, I heard from my father, and he says, one day we were sitting with Ali radiallahu anhu, and then the topic of immorality started. The nafs, the ego, the carnal desires. So Ali radiallahu anhu said, أَلَا أُخْبِرُكُمْ بِأَعْظَمِ الزِّنَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. Should I not tell you of the most worst form, the most despicable, the most deplorable, the most detestable sin in zina? So we said, but Ali, would it not be correct to say every form of zina is deplorable? He said, yes, but one is worse than the other. Now before I tell you this here, I must share with you how the devil misleads everyone. The devil has a different ploy, but he traps everyone. So one brother came to me once. He said, Sheikh, I've got this bad habit. My gaze roams. But one thing is for sure. I will never look at a non-Muslim woman. I only look at Muslim women. And I always tell myself, I look at someone that I could potentially get married to. So astaghfirullah, I don't justify that, but I have that degree of discipline in me. I wouldn't want to cast a lustful gaze on a non-Muslim woman. But I say rather, I'm doing it wrong, but better off with a Muslim sister. And by Allah, this is not a thumbsuck. I'm telling you what had happened. Another brother came to me. He said, Sheikh, I have this bad problem and you need to advise me. But I always feel, I said, why must I cast a dirty glance at our Muslim pure sisters? I rather look at a non-Muslim woman and Allah must forgive me for my wrong. But I say, no, this is not right with our Muslim. I said, subhanallah, the devil is playing tricks and clapping hands. He got this one hooked here, he got that one hooked here, and this one is appeasing himself. I'm not all that bad. So like how often, I don't want to backbite anyone, but I'm just saying. Are you just saying what? You're backbiting. Look here, it's not here to badmouth anyone. Astaghfirullah, I'm not saying I'm better. It's not a holier than thou attitude. But just as discussion, that brother is really amazing, he's wicked. What's that, my brother? You are sugarcoating it. So today, if you look at all your pediatric medicine, everything is sugar-coated. The child wants the sweetened medicine. That's what you do. It's the same thing, but what happens is when you sweeten it, it compromises. The more bitter, the better. The more bitter, the better. That's what we know and what we learn. So I said, the devil got him trapped this way, the devil got him trapped this way. There is no change. The Prophet ﷺ is in Mina. Fadl ibn Abbas, his cousin, the brother of Abdullah ibn Abbas, is mounted on. A woman from the Khath'am tribe comes. She was a woman, young and beautiful. And she comes to ask a question to the Prophet ﷺ. So Nabi ﷺ took the neck of Fadl ibn Abbas, lawa unuq al-Fadl, and said, Fadl, look that way. So Abbas radiallahu anhu was present. Oh Nabi of Allah, lawayta unuq al-Fadl, you turn him like this. My Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Ra'aytu shabban wa shabbatan, falam amun alayhim ash-shaytan. I seen a young man and a young woman common at one venue. I did not consider them immune from the devilish influence. I am saying, Allah's Nabi is present. It's Hajjatul Wada. It is the combination of nobility to perfection. There couldn't be a better venue, a better person, a better thing. And today the slogan is, our hearts are clean. Our hearts are clean. I don't have evil intentions. My brother, you can sit by fire and maybe not get burned, but you'll feel the heat. You will feel the heat. And one day you'll be burnt. Anyway, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu said, Inna a'dama az-zina inda Allah an yazni ar-rajul bi zawjati ar-rajul al-muslim. The worst form of zina is that you make zina with a Muslim married sister. He said that's the worst form of zina. Why? You're supposed to be a guardian to her protection. You're supposed to be protecting and safeguarding her. You've violated the boundaries of protection. You've showed no regard to that, and on the reverse, you've perpetrated the offense. And then the Prophet, and then Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu said, Inna an-nasa yursalu alayhim yawm al-qiyamati rihun. On the day of Qiyamah, this foul smell will be unleashed on the occupants of hell. Allah save us. And it would be so unpleasant that it would become unbearable. They will block their nose. Suddenly a person will call out and say to them, هَلْ تَدْرُونَ مَا هَذِهِ الرِّيحَ الَّتِي آذَتْكُمْ. Do you people know where this foul smell is coming from? They will say, no, we don't know. إِلَّا أَنَّهَا قَدْ بَلَغَتْ مِنَّا كُلَّ مَبْلَغ. But it has really hurt us and we cannot bear it any longer. Then Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu said, it would be said to them, أَلَا إِنَّهَا رِيحُ فُرُوجِ الزُّنَاتِ الَّذِينَ لَقُوا اللَّهَ بِزِنَاهُمْ وَلَمْ يَتُوبُوا مِنْهُ. This is the foul smell from the private organs of the males and the females who indulged in zina. And this is causing this discomfort that every dweller of hell will hate them because of this pain. 2 incidents inshallah and some concluding advices. Ibn Jawzi rahmatullah alayhi makes mention of a man. He was walking, one about a pious woman and one about a pious man. We are living in an atmosphere of sin and vice, immorality. How do we address the issue? How do we move on forward practically? Anyway, this man is walking and suddenly his gaze falls on a woman. He is drawn towards her like a magnet. I don't think you have to explain that. It happens more than often. He couldn't contain himself. So he decided to put pen to paper. And when a man wants to praise a woman, your wife will tell you what you said to her. On the reverse, one of my scholars used to say, when does a woman praise her husband? 2 times. One is before she's married to him. You know who I'm getting married to? You know who I'm getting married to? He's the dean of the faculty at that tertiary institution. You know that prominent scholar? I'm getting married to him. She praises him before she gets married. And the next time she praises him, when his funeral leaves the house. Your father was a great man. Your dad was a great man. Your dad. My sisters say it to him when he's alive. Don't spare the praise. We have become a nation, it takes the death of people for us to acknowledge them. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ يُوسُفُ مِنْ قَبْلُ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ فَمَا زِلْتُمْ فِي شَكٍّ مِّمَّا جَاءَكُمْ بِهِ حَتَّى إِذَا هَلَكَ قُلْتُمْ لَنْ يَبْعَثَ اللَّهُ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ رَسُولًا. You know, I have these brothers When I'm reading Quran, I'm a wicked man. And I'm not saying this here to generate any acknowledgement. I know my sins. And it's just the mercy of Allah. And I ask Allah by His kindness not to deny me and deprive me of what He's given me because of my vice. But I always identify with one quotation of Abdullah ibn Abbas, radiyallahu anhu. He said, إِنِّي لَآتِي عَلَى الْآيَةِ فَأَوَدُّ لَوْ أَنَّ النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا عَلِمُوا مِثْلَ الَّذِي أَعْلَمُ. He said, I'll be studying an ayah, and I get so engrossed in this ayah that I have this desire. I wish the whole world could join me today in this lesson of this ayah and equally could see the depth of this verse like how I'm seeing it. And really sometimes when I'm studying in the late hours of the night, and I'm so engrossed in it, and I enjoy it by Allah so much, and I say, Ya Allah, I look out of the window, it's late, it's 11, it's 12, and it's dark, and all is sleeping. And I say, Ya Allah, I wish I could scream out to the world. I wish I could scream out to the world what you have said in this ayah. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ يُوسُفُ مِنْ قَبْلُ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ فَمَا زِلْتُمْ فِي شَكٍّ مِّمَّا جَاءَكُمْ بِهِ حَتَّى إِذَا هَلَكَ قُلْتُمْ لَنْ يَبْعَثَ اللَّهُ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ رَسُولًا كَذَلِكَ يُضِلُّ اللَّهُ مَنْ هُوَ مُسْرِفٌ مُرْتَابٌ. 24th Juz, Surah Mu'min. The pious believer, Rajulun Mu'min, Hizqeel, according to narrations, he said to the people, when Yusuf was present, then you didn't value him. But when he went on, and this is mentioned in the footnotes of Tafsir Uthmani, you said, we will never see a man like him again. You will never see a human like him. حَتَّى إِذَا هَلَكَ قُلْتُمْ لَنْ يَبْعَثَ اللَّهُ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ رَسُولًا. The point that is mentioned in the footnotes of Tafsir Uthmani, it took the death of the man for you to treasure him. So we were just talking on that note where, unfortunately praising a man before you're married and post his death. We need to share kind words while we live in. And if we start sharing kind words to one another, then we won't walk out of our house hungry for the praises of the opposite gender. So when a sister passes a comment to me, I'll feel offended. I'm married, what do you mean? And when somebody makes an advancement to my sister will say, back off. I'm married and I'm beautiful to my husband, that's good enough. But the problem is I'm not telling my wife and she's not telling me. So we are going out as thirsty and hungry people. And then we feel flattered and inflated and acknowledged by one polite smile, which is also diluted and polluted with some other agendas. Today in the corporate world, how common a slogan that a woman has to sleep her way up to promotion. It's a sad reality. In the corporate world, a woman has to, on the global stage, on the macro level, it's not skill and competence. And then with the forked tongue, we want to talk of empowering women, liberating women, yet we're enslaving them for our passions and desires, and we're subjecting them to promotion on these grounds. We differentiate in monetary returns, and with a forked tongue, we want to chant the slogans of liberating and empowering women. Oh my Lord, what a sick society have we entered into, my Allah. Open our eyes, oh my Allah, that we see the truth as correct and the sin as incorrect. So anyway, he's seen this woman, and long story short, he decided to put pen to paper. And he dropped her note. Today you'll drop her an SMS. What did he say? قَدْ كُنْتُ أَحْسِبُ أَنَّ الشَّمْسَ وَاحِدَةٌ وَالْبَدْرَ فِي مَنْظَرٍ بِالْحُسْنِ مَوْسُوفُ حَتَّى رَأَيْتُكِ فِي أَثْوَابٍ ثَاكِلَةٍ سُودٍ وَصُدْغُكِ فَوْقَ الْخَدِّ مَعْتُوفُ فرحت والقلب مني هائم دنف والكبد حرى ودمع العين مذروف رد الجواب ففيه الشكر واغتنمي وصل المحب الذي بالحب مشغوف. I don't want to elaborate, time is up now, and much has been said. Long story short, he says, all my life I believed there was only one sun and one moon till I seen you. All my life I believed there was only one sun that rises and one moon, till my gaze fell on you, and I find that you simultaneously embody the sun and the moon. Wow. A man, when he wants to thrill, حتى رأيتك, until I seen you, في أثواب ثاكلة, clad in your beautiful choice of clothes, وصدغك فوق الخد معتوف, and to compliment your beauty, that smile on your forehead, I was literally blown away. فرحت, I moved on, والقلب مني هائم, but my heart stayed behind. My heart stayed behind. Many of our hearts are overseas roaming. They never got back from that business trip to China. I'm going for business. What business? Not your business. Okay. I'm going for business. What? Not your business. All right. Okay, brother. My brother, wallahi al-azim, wallahi al-azim, wallahi al-azim. If you went and you made zina, and you made 5 containers, and you made $500,000, nay, add more zeros and make it millions, that wealth is bereft of goodness, it's devoid of barakat, because all that money caused one zina in your life. Caused one zina in your life. Love hand to mouth and meet your Creator with a pure life. My heart stayed behind, and I couldn't detach from you. So please respond. I anticipate your prompt reply. And I look forward to a positive response. I'm really infatuated over you. The reason why I said this was not to give you a light moment and to thrill you, but rather to tell you the answer of the sister. And may Allah make that the answer of my sister. Allah forbid that any male makes an advancement to her. But this is the answer of our great woman of history. She said, إن كنت ذا حسب زاك وذا نسب إن الشريف بغض الطرف معروف إن الزناة أناس لا خلاق لهم إن الزناة أناس لا خلاق لهم فاعلم بأنك يوم الدين موقوف واقطع رجاك لحاك الله من رجل فإن قلبي عن الفحشاء مسروف. She said, oh brother, your apparent appearance suggests piety. Your appearance suggests piety. And in harmony with your appearance, the right thing would have been that your gaze is low. إِنَّ الشَّرِيفَ بِغَضِّ الطَّرْفِ مَعْرُوفُ. You should know better. I could give you the moment, spare you the time, and we could indulge. But those who commit zina are bereft of all goodness and happiness, and they never see bliss and joy in their family or their children. وَعْلَمْ وَاقْطَعْ رَجَاكَ. Terminate your false fantasies. Abandon your false hopes. Oh my Allah, let these hopes die today. Say Ameen. Oh my Allah, let these false aspirations dwindle and never reoccur, my Allah. Oh my Allah, what wrong have I done? And yes, I have done, my Allah, too much wrong, because of which I have become a vessel of carrying filth in my heart, my Allah. Oh my Allah, clean this heart, purify this heart, so that your countenance can descend in this heart, so that your nur can empower this heart, my Allah. So with my eye, I see your greatness. With my ear, I hear your greatness. With my tongue, I glorify your greatness, O my Allah. وَاقْطَعْ رَجَاكَ لَحَاكَ اللَّهُ مِنْ رَجُلٍ فَإِنَّ قَلْبِي عَنِ الْفَحْشَاءِ مَصْرُوفُ. My heart is averted from sin. It hit him, and he says, a young girl, she's more conscious of Allah than you. And he felt embarrassed. He gave up a life of sin. He then obeyed Allah, and he was making tawaf one day, clad in a simple garb. And here the sister is making tawaf, and she sees him. I often tell people, people say, I'm suffering from Alzheimer's, and I'm forgetting things very quickly. But today people have selective Alzheimer's also. You owe me money, I forgot completely. Assalamu alaikum. Who are you greeting? She was with me in school 30 years ago. What a memory, my brother. What a memory. But you said now, last week we struck a deal and you forgot you owed me money a week ago. My word, this girl has matured and she's a mother of 2, and you were together in grade 3 and your eye made a spot on recognition. I call it selective Alzheimer's. Who are we thrilling? Who are we thrilling? What a memory. 30 years ago, we were in kindergarten together, and yes, spot on. How's life? You married? Oh, that's nice. That's your little one. That's so sweet. MashaAllah. Who you got married? Oh, you got married to him. Good, good, good. I always think of you. Oh my Allah, change my life. Oh my Allah, change my direction. Oh my Allah, change my vision. Oh my Allah, let my eyes open. Oh my Allah, let me not die like this. My Allah, let me not die like this. Can the dynamics of my prayer change from tonight? 80% of my dua is he owes me and I owe him and I want this and I want that. And in the tail end, there's a bit of spiritual needs that are just blended in and the dua is wrapped up. Can I start off with my spiritual needs, make that the focus and the be all, and in the end just bring in whatever material needs I have. Allah, I am living on this world and I have to live and I have certain needs and necessities and amenities and I ask of you to sustain and preserve and protect. Can I change the dynamics of my prayer? So he's making tawaf, she's making tawaf, she spots him clad in the simple clothes. She says, Hallaka fil mabah. Brother, I'm ready to get married to you. Would halal nikah be an option? He said, sister, that was an option before I was introduced to the beauty of Allah. Now that I've tasted that, haram and halal, I'm clean from both. قد كنت أروم ذلك قبل أن أعرف الله وأحبه والآن قد شغلني حبه عن حب غيره. So she said, that's great. I'm at the Kaaba. I won't speak a lie. I didn't want to get married to you. I was impressed to see your piety. And the only motivation of my question was to ascertain your spiritual level. I wanted to say, in your stage of climbing, where were you? And I'm great to know you reach in heights. And that's so great. And then she said, فَتُفْنَا فَلَاحَتْ فِي الطَّوَافِ لَوَائِحُ فَتُفْنَا فَلَاحَتْ فِي الطَّوَافِ لَوَائِحُ غَنِينَا بِهَا عَنْ كُلِّ مَرْعًا وَمَسْمَعِي. We were making tawaf. And I was engrossed in the greatness of my Allah. And he was engrossed in the magnanimity of Allah. Suddenly we made eye contact. And there was a bit of recognition. But then we were oblivious of one another. Because we both were consumed in the beauty of Allah. Because we both were consumed in the beauty of Allah. Oh my Allah, give that to me as well. This was the beauty of a young girl. Flip the coin and a young man. So there was this woman, very beautiful. Ibn Jawzi makes mention, Ubayd ibn Umayr's incident. She was living in Makkah. She was very beautiful, impressive. One day she came home, she looked at herself in the mirror, and she had a light moment with her husband. She said, darling, do you think any man will look at me and not be attracted to me? Women feel bad if people don't say she's beautiful. She's so nasty. She couldn't even say my clothes are mashallah. And she feels like she's been, victimized, or she wasn't, so you got to pet her. And look at, we learn from the lives, Hayatul Sahaba. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu sees his daughter Aisha radiallahu anha looking in the mirror. She was a woman, she was a young girl. I read an article in Western Australia. They did a survey on girls at the age of 6. And those girls said they are not happy with their figures. Girls at the age of 6, I thought they playing mummy. That's what I knew girls in the neighborhood at the age of 6 are playing. And it's a doll and a bottle and a pram and going and running and a diaper and all that. What a sick society, my Allah. Kafa ilallahil mushtaka. Oh my Allah, who do we turn to but you? Aisha radiallahu anha is having a moment. She's looking at the mirror. She's just seen herself. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, Aisha, I don't know what you are admiring because my Allah is not admiring you. ما تنظرين يا عائشة فإن الله ليس بناظر إليك. Allah is not admiring you. Why, oh my dad? Because when a person clads themselves with a new garment and they feel proud and obsessed and impressed and exclusive and elevated and superior, مَقَتَهُ رَبُّهُ حَتَّى يُفَارِقَ تِلْكَ الزِّينَةِ. And then Allah shuns that individual until he or she doesn't shun that dress and attitude. Immediately Aisha radiallahu anha took out that dress and gave it in charity. Immediately. Our woman cannot give it even after the new one comes. At least the cupboard looks nice. The hangers must match. I got all my blue cloaks one side. I went to one brother's house. He sent me I went to a program, so I stayed at his house. And then he told me to use his master bedroom. Wallahi, I cried. And I went in there, and I thought it was a shoe shop. I thought it was a shoe shop. I guess he meant good to give me his best bedroom. And he didn't want to expose me, or he didn't think much of it. But I made a dua in my heart. And I do this whenever I go. I say, Allah, wherever I go, people host me with the best of kindness and I have nothing. But they respect the appearance of knowledge. Allah, my prayer is not give them more money, give them deen, Allah. Give them iman, Allah. Bring their children to you, Allah. I'm not here to make dua for their wealth and that. They show me this respect on the appearance of deen. I don't have it, but it's a shape that you have hosted me and acknowledged me and respected and revered me. Those who had it are elsewhere and they have moved on. The Arabic poet said, قَدْ ذَهَبَ النَّاسُ وَمَاتَ الْكَمَالُ وَصَاحَ صَرْفُ الدَّهْرِ أَيْنَ الرِّجَالُ هَذَا أَبُو الْعَبَّاسِ فِي نَعْشِهِ قُومُوا فَانْظُرُوا كَيْفَ تَسِيرُ الْجِبَالُ. When Abu al-Abbas, who was a great person, passed away, someone said, قَدْ ذَهَبَ النَّاسِ, the prominent people have gone. وَمَاتَ الْكَمَالُ, and perfection has moved on. Even the time called out, where are the humans? Where are the humans? The reply came, here are they in their coffins and here are they in their graves. Stand up and see how giants and mountains are relocated to cemeteries. قُومُوا فَانْظُرُوا كَيْفَ تَسِيرُ الْجِبَالُ. So anyway, she came home, she asked her husband, do you think any? He said, of course, I know of a man by the name of Ubayd ibn Umair. He will never fall prey to your beauty. He said, give me the chance, I will mislead him. I will end on this, inshallah. He said, go, you have my permission. He leaves. She leaves. He had a discourse in the Haram Sharif. She comes in the Haram. She says, Sheikh, can I have a moment with you, please? I need to ask you something. So that's fine. Goes to the corner there. فَأَصْفَرَتْ عَنْ وَجْهِهَا. She unveils herself. Absolute beauty. Absolute beauty. So he drops his gaze, says, sister, please, istatiri, can you kindly conceal yourself? She said, Inni qad futintu bik. I'm infatuated over you. He said, okay, I want to have a moment with you. Sheikh said, okay, no problem. 3 questions, you answer it, and then I will look into your request. He said, oh, no problem, my darling. We would say, I was about to tell her no, but when she said, darling, I melted, man. Ya Allah, I just felt that she was so polite. My brother, remember my words. You either walking out from this gathering with a drug, or a gambling habit, or a woman, or your Allah. You can't walk with both. You cannot walk with both. You either having a thrill or pure happiness. You either having an excitement or wholesome bliss. You're either excited for the moment and happy for the rest of your life. Thrilled for the occasion and overwhelmed for the rest of your life. Decide what you want. This is the call. Apply your mind. You tell your son, these are the perks and the luxuries you enjoy. I need performance from you in academics and Islamic studies. It cannot be that you don't perform and you enjoy the perks. If you don't perform, you toil, you labor, you earn, you provide for yourself. But if you show me results, all is done. All is taken care of. And without stress. We tell our children, all we want is do your thing and I'll take care of the rest of it. Long story short, she says, answer 3 questions. She says, okay, no problem. Number 1. لو جاء ملك الموت ليقبض روحك أكان يسرك أني قضيتها لك. Sister, let's forward time. Let's speed it up. Let's fast forward it and bring it to the moment of death. And here's the angel of death knocking your door. And here you have your records. Would you like your records to carry the demerit and the sin of Xena that I had done with you here, and now it's the moment of death? Just fast forward things. She said, Allahumma la, no, never, Allah forbid, Allah forbid, Allah forbid. This morning, we were there in the hotel, and mashallah, the brother suggested that we just have a little massage, and I got chatting with the brother, and I started speaking, and wallah, as I was lying on the bed, and my hands were there, and he put my hands on the side, I thought to myself, that will also happen when my body will be lying one day. My corpse will be lying. Today I'm consciously being told, put your hands on the side, lie flat, look down, leave it like this, breathe in, breathe out. But the day is sure to come, my Allah. The day is sure to come that my hands will be on my side. Some will be crying, some will be shocked, some will be disturbed, some will be consoling, others will. They say the graveyard is a silent place with a loud message. The graveyard is a silent place with a loud message. Would you like it that I have committed this? No, not at all. Second question. لو أدخلت قبرك وأجلست للمجلس مسألة. You are lowered into your grave, the angels appear, reckoning commences. Would you like to know that you have committed this act? Allahumma la, never, never. Third question, Ji abik, you appear before Allah and your scales are brought. Would you like that on your evil scales this is carried? She said, no. He said, listen now, sister, ittaqillah. Fear Allah. You're a good woman, coming from a noble house. Allah has favored you with everything. Don't throw your ni'mats away. Don't abandon what Allah has given you. Preserve your relation. Fear Allah and change your life. She comes back. The husband says, what happened? Did he fall prey? She says, Anta battal. وَنَحْنُ بَطَّالُونَ. My husband, you wasting your life and I'm wasting my life. فَأَقْبَلَتْ عَلَى الصَّلَاةِ وَالصَّوْمِ وَالْعِبَادَةِ. And then she devoted her entire life to worship and piety and virtue. And the husband used to even say, now, what happened to Ubayd ibn Umayr? My wife used to be a bride for me every night. She's now become a monk. I just told her that, you know what, he won't fall prey. But now suddenly she's not making hello to me also. She's changed the whole focus of her life. These are my last two words to you. And I say to you because you have studied the fiqh of Ash-Shafi'i rahimahullah. I pray for him so much that you possibly know not, because I am one of the most fond people of his poetry and his advisors. He said, Sahibtu Sufiya. I stayed with many pious. And I had the company of learning and drawing from the knowledge of great giants. And I can summarize all my knowledge and my information and my wisdom that I've acquired from all the pious in 2 words. Oof. Just the thought alone gives you a shiver and makes your hair stand. A man like Ash-Shafi'i, who left a legacy, who left a school of thought, who authored 200 books, who was one of the poetic people of his time, he said, I sat with them all, I learned from them all. I summarize my stay with all the scholars to 2 words. Number 1, al-waqtu sayfun. Al-waqtu sayfun. In qata'atahu aw qata'ak. Time is a sword. Either you cut it or it chops you. Time is a sword. Time is a sword. It's going, my brother. It is going. It's happening. It's moving. Yes, the year has turned and we see the presence of a new Ramadan. Yes, I'm over the 30 mark, and for some I'm over the 40 mark, and for some am I a grandfather? Am I a father? Has this happened? Has this boy shot up? Yes, it has happened. The first thing I learned, time is a sword. Either you cut it or it chops you. And number 2, وَنَفْسُكْ إِنْ شَغَلْتَهَا بِالْحَقِّ أَوْ شَغَلَتْكَ بِالْبَاطِلِ. Either you engage it in Allah's obedience, or then it engages you in Allah's disobedience. Either you say, I'm reading Quran, or then your ego says, I'm going on the net. Either you say, I glorify Allah, or then your ego says, I'm popping a pill. But there is no in between. Either you engage in it, or it is engaging you. That is the harsh reality. Someone said it very beautifully on the note of time. The past is history. The past is history. The future is a mystery. The present is a gift. That's why they call it a present. Why do they say it's present tense? Why? Because it's a present. It's a present. Nature has given you a present. You are walking out here, my brother. We say, as you leave out, there will be a gift bag. Make sure to collect your gift bag. There will be a complimentary voucher. There will be a CD. Walk out with your gift bag. And it's a gift given to you by Allah. And what do the world call it? They call it the present tense. Why do they call it the present? Because it's a present. As they say, aspire to inspire before you expire. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.